Welcome back everyone. Today's video is an update on my butterfly wing seeds, my Caladiums and Colocasia escalante. So I'm going to show you the butterfly wing seeds first. So originally I had 5 seeds in here and only 2 out of the 5 ended up germinating. But then I had a little bit of a disaster, but I'll show you the growth progress of the 2 seeds that did germinate. So what happened was I felt like it was getting a little bit too hot in the container, so I lifted the lid off for a bit and I popped out and I completely forgot about it, and when I came back they were literally fried because all the condensation had gone, all the water had dried up and they were literally fried. So yes, a bit of an error there. So I ended up putting 3 brand new seeds in there on the 24th of February and I'll show you how they are looking. I also left the old ones that didn't germinate in there as well, just in case they end up doing something. I also ended up just raising up the container slightly with some plastic plant pot trays, just so that it's not getting quite as hot on the bottom. So as you can see, out of the 3 new seeds that I put in here, only 1 has germinated and I'm going to be potting this one up today. I have used the cotton pad method before, a few years ago when I had a long heated window propagator, and they actually germinated quicker than the seeds that I put in soil because I did half on cotton pads and half in soil. So maybe the soil method might be a bit better for the butterfly wing plant. I might pop these in some soil and see what happens. And here I've just got a few random things rooting. I've got a pink splash syngonium. I honestly can't remember what this is, but it seems quite happy in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pot up this teeny tiny butterfly wing plant. I've got some Coir or Coir compost, however you pronounce it, with a little bit of perlite here. I didn't want to make the mix too chunky because I want the substrate to be able to hold quite a bit of moisture because these are moisture loving plants. So I've just got this dinky little plastic pot. So what I'm going to do is pot it up in here and then put it back in the propagator. And then I thought once it gets a little bit bigger I could possibly transfer it into this glass container because this would hold in the humidity really well. I just literally pulled it off the cotton pad. It doesn't have a huge amount of roots. If the roots have started growing into the cotton pad, you can just cut around it. So I'm just going to give this a good water. And then I'm literally just going to pop it back into the propagator. So as I mentioned, I might actually plant up the other seeds later in soil, seeing as they're not really doing too much on the cotton pads. I've been speaking to a few other people on Instagram who are growing these and they both mentioned that they are very fussy plants. One of the ladies said that when it came to potting up hers, she moved it off the heat mat once she'd potted it up and then it literally died within a few days. So I'm definitely going to be keeping it here on the heat mat. Let's put the lid back on quickly, we don't want it to dry out. So I'll keep you posted on that little one, fingers crossed. Next to my butterfly wing plant I have got some Alocasia cuprea bulbs in here. I actually repotted my cuprea, the small one that's got about 20 leaves, and found these 3 lovely bulbs. So At the moment I've just got them in some damp perlite, and you can already see there's some roots sprouting on that one. Again, I'll keep you posted on these, and when it comes to potting them up, I'll show you what I do. So in regards to the caladiums that I planted on the 17th of February, some of them have started coming up. Got the Fanny Munson coming up there, but in the lead we have Florida Moonlight. Quite a few growth points there, and also the small red flash has started coming up. No signs of life from any of the others just yet, but I'm sure they won't take long. I remember last year Big Red was the last one to come up. Here we've got my Colocasia escalante. It's got 4 growth points and it's already started producing some leaves. You might find that the first leaves that come out might be a little bit yellow or they're a bit tatty looking, but each leaf that follows will be bigger and better. And they are very, very fast growing, so it won't take this long to produce some nice big leaves. I have had a few fungus gnats going on in here, which is really annoying. I did have some sticky traps in here, but I took them out because they look a bit gross. But because it grows so fast, it's quite a thirsty plant, so I'm having to keep the soil slightly moist, and obviously that can lead to fungus gnats. So at the moment I'm giving this one a water around 2 times a week. With the caladiums, the ones that haven't really shown any signs of growth, I just give them a teeny little bit once a week. And then the ones that are coming up, I've been watering them quite sparingly, but around 2 times a week. But the amount you water and how often will depend on your home environment. I like to keep my house quite warm even in the winter, so it's usually between 24 and 27 degrees Celsius in this room. And then obviously we've got a heat mat here, so that's kind of warming up the room a bit more. And also we've got the grow light, which kind of heats up this cabinet a little bit more. So it actually might be slightly warmer than 27 degrees sometimes in this cabinet. If you don't have any grow lights, you can just start off your Colocasia and caladiums next to a nice bright and sunny window. I started mine off last year next to my patio doors in the living room, but soon after that I got sent the grow lights from Spider Farmer, and I ended up transferring all my caladiums to this shelving unit here. And as I mentioned before, I will have to remove this glass because they do get quite big, but luckily I don't have too much on this shelf here at the moment, so it won't be too bad. The heat mat stays on 24/7, and my grow light, I keep this on between 12 and 14 hours per day currently. I've also got a humidifier up there which runs 24/7. My pink splash cuttings are doing really, really well, producing some lovely variegated foliage. Also, I'm going to be potting up this one hopefully next week, so that's quite exciting. And the baby Coir has now got 3 leaves. So as I mentioned, I potted up my caladiums on the 17th of February, which is just over 4 weeks ago. I've been growing them under my Spider Farmer grow light, and I've got that set on number 40 because it is dimmable, so I can turn it up if I want to, or turn it down, which is one of the really good features about this light. I might actually turn it up ever so slightly just to give them a bit more of a boost. And also, as I mentioned, the temperature in this room ranges from around 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. Whenever I'm watering any of my plants, I'm using room temperature filtered water. I might actually give them a quick water as it is plant watering day today. So I'm still watering them quite sparingly until I see a bit more growth. I'm just kind of concentrating it in the middle at the moment until they get bigger. I've already watered my Colocasia today, so he won't be getting any more. Thanks for watching everyone. If you've got any questions, please leave them below and let me know if you're growing any Caladiums, Colocasia or butterfly wing plants at the moment. As always, I'll link all the products that I use and recommend in the description box or in my Amazon shop, including the light and the heat mat, propagation box, things like that. Take care everyone, I hope you're all keeping well, and I'll see you soon in my next video.